What's going on, everyone? It's Sal Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. We are here and we have won a game, guys. It's positivity. It's Monday morning. You know what? And we're going to be positive, ain't we? We're going to be positive. Well, you know what? Almost. Look, you know what? The result yesterday was all that mattered yesterday. The performance wasn't great. We know the performance wasn't great. We know where our team are. We know that Ruben Amorim needs his own players in as well, because at the end of the day, you know, you're asking him to fight a sword fight with a breadstick. It doesn't matter. You can take the cow to the river. It doesn't mean the cow's going to drink out the river at the end of the day. That's what you have to remember. Until Ruben Amorim has got his team, we can't really turn on the guy. We can't, and we shouldn't anyway, because we've been down this road before, this long road before. Let's sack the manager. Let's do this. Let's do that. To fit a narrative, of course, guys. Now, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and please don't forget to smash a like on the video if you guys can do that. Happy Monday. Hope you're doing well. Absolutely good to see you here. Let's read out a couple of your comments, guys. Absolutely. Big up UK Rap. As usual, my friend, hope you're doing well. Good to see you. We have a long way to go, but the next test is against Crystal Palace. They are looking for a win, but at the same time, we need to be more hungrier and capitalized. Look, we need to be better as an attacking force. Absolutely, Rasta. Up front, we're toothless. There's many problems, not just the strikers. You know, people just blaming one player. Oh, you know, it's Xerxes. Oh, you know, it's Rasmus Højlund. There is a whole problem with our strike force, and that hasn't just been under Ruben Amorim. That has been under Erik ten Hag. We had minus goal difference under Erik ten Hag. The same thing, you know, as what's going on right now. And, you know, we need something to change in that strike force. Ruben Amorim needs his own players in, 100%. That's what I would say, absolutely. And our next match in Europe, we need to be aggressive as well. I believe we got Ipswich Town, haven't we? We got FCSB, and then we got Ipswich Town, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know what, Ipswich Town is a game that we should be looking to win. Absolutely looking to win, of course, guys. So that is, I believe we do have that. Let me have a look what our next fixture listed are, of course. No, we have got Crystal Palace. We've got Crystal Palace. You're absolutely right, Rasta. On the 2nd of February, we've got Crystal Palace at home. So, you know what? I'm banking on a Man United win for that. I'm definitely banking on a Man United win. Come on, United. We've got that. And then, look, you know what? Then I believe we can go 3 or 4 games without losing. Isn't that a treat? Do you know what I mean? Isn't that a treat, of course, guys? Big up, Leeson. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. So I thought it's been like that for a long time, Leeson, before Ruben Amorim came in. We're not quick enough. We're not fast enough. Ruben Amorim has also mentioned that we're not fast enough and we're not quick enough. You know, look, you know what? There was a lot of controversy yesterday about the comments in regards to Marcus Rashford. I mean, I just believe Ruben Amorim's being very honest. And to be honest with you, saying that he's reserve goalkeeper who is 60 years old, VTech, can play in goal. It will be on the bench if anyone doesn't want to work hard. You know what I mean? That is facts at the end of the day. If no one wants to work hard, you know what? You're not guaranteed a place on that bench. And that is how it should be. Some people are still defending Marcus Rashford, guys. The Marcus Rashford, after everything he's done, some people are still defending the lad. My goodness me, it's unbelievable. Big up everyone. Like I say, a win's a win. 3 points, all we need. Absolutely. At this point in the season, look, we're just looking to get through this season. We all know that this Premier League campaign, you know what, we just need to finish as high up as possible. You know, I know that, you know, we want to qualify the Champions League. I would put all my eggs in the Europa League basket. That's what I would do if I was being totally honest. I think we need to win that Europa League. And, you know, we need to make sure we don't get knocked out. It's going to be tough to win that competition. We're not playing well. You know, we're too slow, as you said. We're pedestrian. We're lethargic. And, you know, it's been like that for a while, though. You know, it's been like that for a long time, especially with a number of these players. They're just too slow. They're not quick on the ball. You know, they're not decisive. They lack assertiveness, you know, and they just cause you anxiety. And to be honest with you, the game yesterday wasn't as bad as people think. I think yesterday we were controlled. Let's not forget, Fulham have not lost to Liverpool. They've beaten Chelsea away. They've drawn with Arsenal. They've drawn with Tottenham away. You know, they've had some good results. They've beaten Brighton 3-1. They've had some good results this season, you know, and it was a good result against them. The only problem I'm having about Man United is that we're just not prolific. When we get to that final third, we're very indecisive and we're not making that. It's like a hot potato. We got the ball, we're passing to you, to me, to you, to me, to you. And that's the problem, you know, and I think that needs to improve. But we got the win, and that is all that matters, of course. Sal, I agree with you what you said about Rasmus. Absolutely. Rasmus, look, Rasmus, you know, he may not turn out to be that guy, but I'm seeing people slandering the guy online, you know, slandering the guy online and you know what, completely going in on him. Look, at the end of the day, the guy lacks confidence. He's got no confidence, all right? Like, at the end of the day, he may not be good enough, and that is right. But at Man United, we don't really like insulting our players like that. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's funny how these people want to mention Rasmus, you know, instead of the players, the experienced players that are on the pitch that pulled up another stinker. And we all know who they are, don't we? The experienced players. I tend to look at them. Rasmus might not have a future at Man United. That might be possible. But at the moment, he's 21. So, you know what? We need to look at the players that have been stinking out the place for many years. You know what I mean? And that is what we need to look at. Absolutely, absolutely. Big up, Pearl. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Onwards and upwards, United. Big up, Pearl. Love it. Absolutely love it. Let's do this, guys. Onwards and upwards. With Rashford, it's time to go. Rashford needs to go. Rashford, like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm feeling sorry for Rashford. Mate, born and bred Rashford. I'm tired of that rubbish. You know, that manipulation that people fall for the heartstrings and stuff like that. You know what I mean? He has done some bad things whilst being at this football club. And I've heard some things that have been absolute. If you heard what I've heard, you'll be like, whoa, he needs to be out of the club right now. You know what I mean? And you know, Ruben Amorim knows more than us. You know, and he knows that he can't pay for this football club anymore. He knows that. And we need to support this manager. We need to support this manager with decisions. And we can't be turning on this manager. I'm seeing some people backing Marcus Rashford after everything. You know what I mean? It's absolutely nutty. How many managers has he sacked? Sal, if Rashford is still here after the window closes, they should give Rashford some friendly games on the soggy pitch and make him pay the full matches. Absolutely, Darren. Yes, Darren. Love it. A bit of discipline. A bit of discipline. That's what they need. A bit of discipline, you know, and, you know, put him in the reserves, make him play. You know, that's what he needs to do. Because at the end of the day, look, you know what? He's doing it to himself. Ruben Amorim hasn't done anything for him. He played Marcus Rashford as a number 9. He's played Marcus Rashford as a number 10. He was the first choice in Ruben Amorim's team. It's not Ruben Amorim's fault that he doesn't train hard enough. I'm tired of these Sanchos and these Rashfords. Oh, you can't say that to Rashford. He's training hard enough. He is training hard. I'm tired of that. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. And players play based on their training performances. If they're not working hard in training, then they don't play. It's as simple as that. And that's what makes me, it bugs me, man. I'll do banter joke. He's a top guy, but the game needs to improve, especially the hold up. I mean, there is banter. I know that, but I'm seeing a lot of sinister stuff. I mean, it's horrible for him. You know, he's not playing well. He's actually regressed somewhat. I mean, I don't know, guys. What I believe in growing up watching football is that, you know what, great players show themselves regardless, without you know, and that's what I believe in. That's what I've been taught. You know, I don't think he's there. I think he's been thrown in the deep end. People expect him to be a £90 million player when he's not, you know. And the thing is, I would firmly believe in loaning him. I would believe in loaning him out. I'll say loan him out. Let him go to Italy. Let him go to Germany, and let's see what he can do. You know what I mean? Let's see what he can do, and then we go from there. But, you know, it was a graveyard shift. It is a graveyard shift up front, and it isn't easy. But as a striker, what I would say, and I would stress wholeheartedly, is that if it is a graveyard shift for you, try and get yourself involved in the game. Drop deep a little bit. Try and get the ball. Turn. Run with the ball. You take a shot. You know what I mean? Licha Martinez took a shot and he scored a goal. You know what I mean? Do things like that, you know, that can help you. You know, don't just wait there. Don't just go back in. Don't just back off. I would say that try and do something. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Listen, I love Amorim aboard. I must back him and restoring the discipline. Absolutely. We need to restore this discipline. I'm not having any more of this feel sorry for Rashford business. I'm tired of that, to be honest. I loved what Ruben Amorim said yesterday. I loved it. I loved it because these players deserve it. They deserve that. They deserve the truth. They've been sugar-coated for far too long now. You know, and we've been trying to blow smoke up their backside for far too long now. It's enough. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, SLD, you legend. Thank you, man. Big up, of course. Ahmed goal should be onside. It was onside. It was onside, GK. And to be honest with you, you know what? Any other team that's onside. For Man United, you know what? It's offside. They look at it. They're like, they got the archaeologists out looking at the offsides in the VAR room. That is what they do with Man United. They're always spending ages looking at an offside for Man United. Oh, it's offside. He wasn't offside. He wasn't offside. You know what? They need to change the rules. That's what they need to do. They need to put daylight between the player and the attacking player and the defending player. That's what they need to do. Put daylight between the attacking player and the defending player, and then, you know what I mean? It'd be a lot more easier to do. But that was not offside. It was a disgrace. Thank God we won the game. Referee was against us as well. It didn't get noticed yesterday, but the referee, the same old referees, against us again, and they were. Thank God we won the game, of course, guys. Absolutely. I agree, GK, and a very intelligent comment for you, mate. A very intelligent comment. He's absolutely right, GK. He's not getting enough balls. But one thing I would say, if you are a Man United player, if you're not getting the balls, drop deep. Drop deep, get the ball, run with the ball. Excuse me. And shoot sometimes. Take a shot. It might go in. Do something spectacular. You can shoot. You're a striker. Take a shot. It might go in. You never know. VAS Crab has always used it against us from the West Ham game from a long time now, Rasta. I can think of last season when Casemiro got sent off. You know what I mean? All those years ago, that year ago. You remember when Casemiro got sent off for grabbing a collar? Disgraceful. It's disgraceful, to be honest with you. Absolutely. John O'Connor, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Win is a win. Rashford can cause problems for every manager he's played in. Morning, Sal. Morning, John. Absolutely. It's not like this is an isolated incident. This is something that has been going on for years and years and years. He's sacked numerous amounts of managers. I can't believe how some people can have such a low IQ. They think that it is Ruben Amorim now the problem. How can he talk like that about Ruben Amorim? How can he talk like that about Ruben Amorim? Ruben Amorim didn't single him out. He just said in general, if people don't work hard, a goalkeeper coach will be on the bench rather than them. That is it. He didn't mention his name. He just said that. And that he spoke absolutely facts. Absolute facts there it was. Absolutely. Any chance of new sale? Man United. I'm going to get into that. Man United are interested. Who remembers the name Xavi Simons? Man United have been looking at Xavi Simons. Of course, the PSV player, of course, played for PSG. Of course, guys. Xavi Simons, of course, is an attacker. Dutch international, of course, guys. And you know what? He has been on Man United's radar for quite a long time now. And to be honest with you, I like the player. There's something about the player that I'm not sure about, though. There is something about the player that I can't quite touch upon at the end of the day. There's something I can't quite read when it comes to Xavi Simons. He now plays for RB Leipzig, and he's 21 years old. He's still young. And, he's a decent player. 24 caps for Holland, 3 goals for Holland, attacking midfielder, and the thing about Xavi Simons is that, you know what, he could play a left winger, he could play a right winger, he could play an attacking midfielder as well. So we're looking at him at the moment. Man United are looking at him. His valuation, though, is absolutely astronomical. It's going to cost too much money. It costs around 80 million euros. But as I said in yesterday's show, Man United are trying to work out a way in which they can do big deals, but don't pay the money up front. A bit like Ted Bowley is doing at the moment. He will buy a player, put a deposit on it, 20 million, and pay yearly. So that's what Man United are looking to do as well, to override FFP. Now, here's where the interesting thing happens with Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons' contract expires in June 2025. In June. He is available for a free transfer in June. So if Man United can do a deal, it will be in the summer. Because Man United might strike a deal with Xavi Simons. It might be a free transfer. So Man United are definitely not going to spend the money now. They may spend the money in the transfer. But Xavi Simons is still on Man United's radar. And noises have been dropping about Xavi Simons over the last 24 hours. Guys, so that is one little bit of news this Monday morning, of course, guys. Big up, Noah. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Good morning, Sal, and the rest of the chat. By the way, big up to Sal and the rest of the chat. You guys are the legend. Thank you so much, Noah. You are the legend, my friend. Thank you so much, my friend. Absolutely. Rashid has no respect for the club and the fans. He don't give a damn about the club or the fans. He doesn't care. He cares about his own self. He cares about himself. And this guy, what I've heard about this guy, you know what I mean? It'd be incredible. Atalanta ripped us off for Holland. He never was 73 million player. Was not even that good in Serie A. It's not that his fault, but that of Erik ten Hag and Murtaugh for thinking the prospect was a star. Look, you know what? He was top scorer in the Champions League last season. He had some good moments, and I'm not going to totally write off Rasmus Højlund. But what I would say is that sometimes things don't work out. And we overpaid for him. We should have walked away from that deal. We could have got anyone 73 million. It's an absolute ridiculous. And it makes you think, why are we selling Garnacho for 50? You know, I mean, 73 million is an absolute robbery. And you know what? He's a 25 million player at the most, you know, and that's what we should have done. We should have spent 25 million on him. And he's highly prospect. Obviously, he's a Danish international. He's still got a ceiling, but I just think he's not got confidence at the moment. And as Man United fans, I don't want to dive in too deep to him, because there were players on that pitch yesterday that didn't play well, and you know who they are as well. The players that are experienced as well didn't play well. So I'm not going to target on individuals. We need to look at the team as a whole. We have leaders in that team who've been there for years who are not leaders. They're not influencing that team. You know, they're playing badly. So I wouldn't like to throw it onto the youth. I wouldn't like to throw it onto 21 years olds. But yes, he has to improve. Of course he does. You know, but at the end of the day, look, I'm not going to slander him. I'm not going to come in here and slate him. We won the game. I'm happy with that. But you know what? He does. I would look at bringing, you know what, someone who can create, you know, create for him. He ain't got no balls. No one's creating for him. He's got no balls to people not creating for him. You know, and that is a problem at the moment with Rasmus and Xerxes, you know, and it is a similar theme with both of them. No, none of them are absolutely like, wow, you know what I mean? And we know that they're not, you know, but they are not getting the balls as well. That is a fact. And it is a multi-layered situation. And I wouldn't like to just diss a player and say, you know what, I'm seeing some horrible things online. And I don't think that's right. I really don't think that's right. I'm seeing people like, you know, making pictures of Rasmus and AI and stuff like that. And I think it's not right. As a Man United fan, for many, many years, we don't do that to our own. Regardless what we think about them as players, you know, we don't do that to our own. Now, look, I remember Luke Chadwick. I remember Luke Chadwick when he was coming through the system. And you know what? You know, people were calling him an ugly. People were calling him names and horrible names and things like that. That's not what we do at Man United. You know what I mean? And it is sad. You know, as a player, we're perfectly entitled to our opinion. And we're perfectly entitled to saying that he's not good enough. But I do think it's multi-layered. I do think there's a player in there. I would loan him out. I would myself. That's my opinion. I would loan him out. But you know what? Improvement. It's Man United, isn't it? Rashford disrespect the badge. Absolutely, Rashford. And I'm pleased that Ruben Amram has spoken up in regards to it. I'm really happy about that. Look, at the end of the day, people keep asking Ruben Amram the same bloody question. The same question. We just won a game. For crying out loud, we just won a game. And all they're interested in is Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford. Stop putting him on the spot. Stop putting him on the spot. That's what I would say. Is Xavi Simons still a PSG player? They might try and rip us off. At the moment, I think he's on loan at RB Leipzig. If I'm not mistaken, he is at RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig. He is at the moment. He's playing for RB Leipzig, my friend. Absolutely, RB Leipzig. I think he's co-owned by PSG, if I'm not mistaken. PSG. Yeah. I think he's still owned by them, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they might try and rip us off. I mean, we might try and do the deal. Oh, what I've seen of Victor done is Amram era. He has asked lots of work in the link-up and pressing, so that's the type of striker Amram likes a lot. But at United, things need to be planned on the playability. Look, you know, at the end of the day, we need to buy players that fit a system, a particular system. Ruben Amram needs a player that fits his system. At the moment, he doesn't have any players that really fit his system. Now, if we're looking ahead, guys, if we were to say, right, if Man United were to win the league, let's say in 3 years, right? In 5 years, let's say 5 years. For argument's sake, if Man United were to win the league in 5 years, what players in this current team would stay? Would you think have the most potential? What players do you think will have the most potential? Now, I'm going to say it like this. I say Ahmad, Ugarte, Mainu, hopefully, Mainu, Euro. Can you name any more? There are some great youngers coming to fair, but maybe Collier might become that player. Collier's brilliant, by the way, but I'm talking about good enough right now. When you look at that and you think he can be in a championship winning side, he's got that something about him that can be in a championship winning side at the end of the day. Good morning, the superstar Earth fan. What's going on, brother? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. I watched Dorgu. Please spare us another myth that he is a alpha and omega. 2 goals came from his side. Earth fan, against or for? Against or for? Against or for? Look, he's not worth 40 million. That's all I would say. He's not worth 40 million. He's a 20 million player. That's about it. We can't be ripped off again. I thought we learned from that. We've been here before. We've been down this road before. I thought we learned from being ripped off by these little clubs like Lecce. That, you know what I mean? At the end of the day. Big up. We can't write off Højlund just yet. No, we can't, Darren. I'm not writing him off. At the end of the day, I want him to regain his confidence. He's lacking confidence, and we have to be fair, guys. We have to be fair with these players at the end of the day, you know? And what I would say is that maybe a loan might do him good. Maybe it will. You never know. It might do him good. We have to wait and see, of course. Big up, Darren. I was robbed of my 2-0 prediction. You were right, fan. I'm going to say you were right saying 2-0 because it was not offside. It was an absolute disgrace. Thank God we won the game 1-0 because at the end of the day, if that game was 0-0 and we scored that goal and they disallowed it, for crying out loud, I'm tired of these referees. I'm tired of this VAR, this anti-Man United bias that goes on in the PGMO. I'm tired of it. They don't like us. And I'm tired of this. You know, these decisions. Spending half an hour looking at decision, trying to justify why it's offside when it's clearly not. It's clearly not offside. And I thought it was only clear and obvious. It's mad. Morning, will Rashford leave? Colin Moana linked us with us scored on his Juve debut. We need attacking creative player on loan urgently. We need something. And we need it quick. Yeah, we got a week left of this transfer window and we haven't done anything in regards to bringing any players in. And we have to obviously wait, of course, guys. He's under contract to enter his loan deal ends 2025, but he returned to PSG. Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry, Almac. Yeah, you're absolutely spot on. His contract at Leipzig expires in 2025, but PSG are looking to offload him in 2025. He's not free. No, he's around 80 million euros. But Man United are looking to do a deal with a 20 million installment plan where they give PSG 20 million. And then they pay for Simmons in installments. That is what Man United are trying to do at the moment. We're trying to do deals like that. And I think that's the way forward because that's the only way you can override FFP and stuff. You know, that's the only way you can do it. Yeah, Simmons is a good player. Is he that player? He's going to lift us. He's going to elevate us. I don't know about that. I've seen him in for Holland. He's okay. He's okay. He's not like, wow, this player is amazing. This player is incredible. You know what I mean? Absolutely not. Irfan, you don't have too many project players. At the moment, we do, Irfan. At the moment, Man United, what we need to do is we need to get players that are fit and ready, are ready to go now. We do. We need players that, you know what, have got Premier League experience maybe, you know, and someone who can score 30 goals a season, someone who's proven they can do 30 goals a season, even though they're not going to get any supply, but anyway, someone who can prove they can give 30 goals a season, of course. Big up. What's going on, lies around me? Our strikers are not good. Why don't we give youth a chance? Obi Martin. Because they won't get any balls, lies around me, and it could be damaging to their future. If we bring Obi Martin in and he has a graveyard shift up front like Xerxes and Rasmus Højlund do, we can ruin the confidence of the lad. And you know when you're a young player, and you know what? It can ruin. It can be destroyed early. We're not ready at the moment, I don't think, to give these players a chance because we're not creating enough for strikers. That is the bottom line. We're not creating for the strikers. So you could put your Victor Osmans up front. You could put whoever you want to put up front. We're not going to score enough goals, right? It doesn't matter who you have up front. They're not going to get the ball and do a Maradona and take on the whole team and score in the top corner. They're not going to do that. At the end of the day, we're not creating enough. We will create enough, but it's going to take time. We need to get the system correct, and we need to get the players around correct as well. At the moment, we're lacking balance. I believe we lack balance, in my opinion. I don't think we're the right balance at the moment. Big up, lies around me. Thank you for your likes. Don't forget to watching. Hit the likes and subscribe button to the channel. Don't forget to enable your note. Thank you so much, Earthfan, you legend. Thank you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Anyway, guys, it is positive. We won the game yesterday. And you know what? We could have easily drew that game. And you know what? I'm happy we won the game. The clearance off the line from Collier was absolutely brilliant. What character that guy has to come into that football team and to play like he's been there for years. He's been brilliant, and I'm pleased with the young players coming through as well, of course, guys. Absolutely. But market also very less niche players for striker who actually press and link up. It's hard to find, GK. It's hard to find. That's why Ruben Amorim wants to get the Duquieras in. He wants to get those players in because they are the players that he trusts and he's used to. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ruben Amorim is interested in 3 or 4 Sporting Lisbon players in the summer. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens because you know what? These are the players he trusts. At the moment, all he knows is that players at Man United right now have thrown numerous amounts of managers under the bus. So what's he going to be thinking? He's going to be thinking, are they throwing me under the bus? Are these players going to throw me under the bus? That's what he's thinking. Rasmus is a box striker, unlike Zerkzee, who can play from deep. Yeah, I just don't think they're... I think we've got to give them a chance. I think we need to be patient in regards to both of them. They're both different strikers, absolutely, fan. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't turn my back on them right now. I wouldn't. Maybe a loan would be good, maybe if we bring in another striker. But you know what? We need to score goals. We're lacking goals. It's not the striker's fault entirely, exclusively. It is obviously the team's problem that we have at the moment, that we're not scoring enough goals. And hopefully that will improve. Hopefully that will be fixed very soon in the transfer market. Hopefully this week, Big up. I agree with you, Andre. Facts, Amorim should give a chance to Obi Martin. The problem is, Noah, and I'm going to say it like this. Absolutely. I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to say it like this, guys. You can't throw a kid in this situation where he's getting no balls because you can ruin Obi Martin. There's lots of hype about Obi Martin. He's a kid. You can ruin him. You can ruin him by bringing him into this team and not getting any supply. And then his confidence is going to go low. We got to be careful how we play these players. We got to be careful. I see one news says scouts Ray sent to watch Alvaro. We are watching him. He's been on the radio for a long time, GK. Man United are interested in him. He's not the first priority, though. Rudy was similar to Højlund, a great box striker, absolutely. VAR, this is supposed to be there for clear and obvious errors, not for subjective PGMO. Absolutely, fan. Exactly. Clear and obvious. Clear and obvious, absolutely. VAR always quick to cancel out United. Go, actually, you know what, Darren? What they do, when they can't see a mistake, they look for a mistake. They look for it. I cannot see the offside in that goal. I can see an arm, and that's all I can see. I can't see anything. We should get Ryan Cherky instead of Xavi Simons. Very similar profile players, but it's only 19 million. Xavi Simons better. I mean, Man United have got to be after this play. We are after Ryan Cherky, of course, guys. I spoke about Ryan Cherky 2 weeks ago, of course, and he is a very good player. Ryan Cherky of Lyon. And it's whether Ineos make that move. They are interested in Ryan Cherky. They are going to add he's not only 90 million, they're going to add their tax on that, Almac. They will add their tax on that. It will go up to 30, 40, absolutely. And that is what happens in the transfer market. You know what I mean? So Ryan Cherky is on our radar, plays in France. Yeah, you know what I mean? We are interested in him. But Man United got to make a move. And they got to make a move quick because at the end of the day, we are very short at the moment. The bottom line is Man United is short on players and we need to get it moving, of course. And UK, our strikers up front, our strikers need a partner up front. I agree, Darren. I agree. Our team is disjointed. We're playing like a bunch of strangers that haven't played with each other before. I know the system is difficult. This is why Ruben Amorim needs to be backed, guys. He does need to be backed, of course. LT, what's going on? Big up, Sal. It's becoming apparent that we are playing defensive football due to the players. Not good enough for the system just so that we can survive the season. And big up to the away fans for facing Sir Jim. Absolutely, guys. Big up, LT. You're talking a lot of sense again, brother. We are playing defensive football to self-preserve, so we don't lose games. That's what we're doing at the moment. When Ruben Amorim's system is attacking because we don't have the players to play it, unfortunately. Good morning, Mandem. How you doing, my friend, the legend, Mandem? Hope you're doing well. Good to... creating chances to strike a close to the opposition goal. Højlund will come good. He has proven his goal scoring abilities. Maybe his stop and start in the first 11 might be affecting him. I believe in him, fan. I don't get this slandering and throwing people out there. Obi Martin suddenly going to score us loads of goals. It's a kid. I don't get this. You know, I really don't. At the end of the day, you know what? You can ruin young players. I mean, I would bring in Obi Martin for 5-10 minutes, see how it goes, give him a little taste of first in football. But throwing him in the deep end at the moment could do more harm than good. Trust me, of a guy 40 years as a fan, guys. What do you think about that? How can you throw a kid in with no service? Thank you, UK Rat. Thank you, mate. That's what I've been saying. Jamie O'Hara said that Amorim tactics are not suiting the Man United players, while Jamie O'Hara say about Ten Hag. Amorim said team does not play. Who is Jamie O'Hara at the end of the day? The Spurs guy who won nothing in his career. He's only talking about water is wet. Water is wet. He's just talking, cliches. That's what he's doing. We know what the problem is at Man United. We don't need some ex-Man United flop, ex-Tottenham Hotspur, even worse, Tottenham Hotspur flop to come and tell us about the birds and the bees. We really don't, because at the end of the day, we know the problem in our football team. We know that we have issues, but we don't need someone like Jamie O'Hara to come in and start giving us a lecture about it. Absolutely not. Correct, Sal. He is too young. You bring in academy players through to develop them, not to rescue the team. Absolutely, Irfan. You know what? You can't bring in players. You can't bring in Kone. You can't bring in Obi Martin. You can't bring in Kulungi. You can't bring in these players now, because at the end of the day, you can really destroy these players. Honestly, this team is not ready for throwing youngsters. We're not ready to throw in. We got seasoned professionals like Bruno who are struggling in this team. So how are we going to throw in Obi Martin in this and expect him to suddenly become R9? It's not going to happen. We have to be careful and we have to be wise. Absolutely. I'm not happy with two things. We are poor. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shashwat, my friend, I think they lack skills to play in the Premier League. His first starts like Lukaku, and with a structure not strong enough, spends most of the time on the ground, and it's his second season. We'll have to wait and see. We can't do nothing, and it's best that we don't jump on him. We need to mention the experienced players in that team who had a stinker yesterday. Let's not forget about the experienced players. We're targeting a kid. Let's not forget about the experienced players in that team last night. We know who they are, who pulled up a stinker as well. Let's not just blame one player. It's all Rasmus this, Rasmus that, Rasmus this. Next week it'll be Garnacho this, Garnacho that, Garnacho this. Let's forget the youngsters. Let's look at the more experienced players in that team and let's make a judgment, of course. We know that Rasmus is not at the quiet standard at the moment, but he's a young kid. He's a kid. You know, we have to give him a chance. Last season, he was scoring goals. In fact, he's been our top scorer in the last two seasons. At the end of the day, the EPL ref is something is wrong going on. It can't happen in the flight. We're fighting the referees every single week, GK. Every week we're fighting the referees, it seems. People keep talking about strikers when it's a graveyard shift. We need to be more creative before we can complain about our strikers. Højlund just needs to hold up the ball better. Absolutely. And that will improve, LT. That will improve, isn't it? He needs the balls to feet. As I said, Rasmus Højlund has 5%, the lowest 5% in Europe of passes into the box and passes to feet. The 5% lowest. He has the 5% highest conversion rate. What does that tell you? If he's giving a ball into the box, he will score. Oh dear. Well, what we have to do? What we have to do, guys? Absolutely. Hello, everyone. Big up, Sanjay. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Obi Martin, Bianchiri. We can't throw youngsters into the team at the moment. I have two gripes. We're poor in passing and poor in fighting for the ball. I started supporting United when I saw how well we passed the ball around, including Liverpool. It was crisp and accurate. Yeah, and assertive. Fan. We pressed like a beast. We pressed like a beast. We were relentless. We chance after chance after chance after chance. We made chances for fun, you know. And you would know, even if we lost the game, all right. Even if we lost the game, you knew that team got lucky because you knew that we created a number of chances. We created chance after chance after chance, guys. Absolutely. GK, if you want to try, grab Bianchiri, but not Obi Martin. He's a Welsh international now. Saz demanded self-discipline, ball control, accurate passing, and energy. These players we have are nowhere near those basic elements of football player. Can't disagree with that, Irfan. I can't disagree with that. Absolutely. I can't disagree with that. All the people calling academy players, please stop, because it's clear that the academy players are not supposed to be the saviors of the club. Instead, we scrutinize our hierarchy for crap players. We don't bring not now. No, we're not going to throw crap players into the deep end. Look, the class of 92, when they came through with a bunch of winners, right? When Gary Neville, Philip Neville, Paul Scholes, Nicky Butt, David Beckham came through into the football team, they had in the team Steve Bruce, Peter Schmeichel, Andy Cole, Ryan Giggs, Eric Cantona in that team already in that team. Winners, proven winners. It's not right to bring in youngsters in a team that is losing. And a team that is not doing as well as it should, of course, guys. But they will get into the team eventually. I'm not saying they'll never play them. You know, they will get in the team eventually. We just have to show a little bit more patience, guys. Absolutely. I want to show you this, guys, very quickly.
66 quid.
66 fucking quid.
66
quid, mate. 66 fucking quid, mate. What are you doing, mate?
Sort the fans
Northerners, come on, mate. Sort it out. If Fulham sell them for 66 quid, we take triple their fans, mate. Our prices should be a third of Fulham.
Sort it out, you
66 quid, you
bellend. Manchester.
Fuck you, Jim Radcliffe. Fuck you.
Guys, I want to bring this up, right, real quickly, right? That was brilliant for the Man United away fans. Absolutely fantastic for the Man United away fans. But I want to talk about this really quickly. Check out Jim Ratcliffe's response. Fulham charged over 66 quid for tickets. Let me tell you why Fulham charged 66 quid for tickets, guys. Let me tell you why. Because Fulham have 25,000 stadium. They have a small stadium, and it's the only way they can make money because they have a small stadium. Man United have 77,000 stadium. That's why we charge less. That's why we charge less. Fulham have always had a higher season ticket price than Man United. I know that because I know Fulham season tickets, right? But that is because there are minimal seats. There's less seats than at Old Trafford. So he's trying to throw that one at the fans. He's trying to say that, oh, you know what? Fulham is £66. Fulham is £66. How dare he say something like that? What a load of rubbish. What a load of kerfuffle that is. Absolute pathetic defensive work that is disgusting. Absolutely. Almac, 2 years ago, I said to Matteo Retegui instead of Højlund, he was sold for 12 million at the time. He has scored 16 and 3 in last 20 games in Serie A this year. Atlanta was selling to us for 73 million. Yeah, well, you know, I mean, hindsight's a beautiful thing, and we're all geniuses in hindsight as well. But the thing is, we made a mistake. It is what it is, and we overspent, and that's not Rasmus's fault. That is the board's fault. At the end of the day, we can't sit here moaning about it, Almac. You know, it is what it is. We need to move forward and hope that Rasmus does come good. We can nurture him, of course. He's not completely crap, you know, as people say. I do think he needs to be nurtured. I do think he needs to go on loan. He was the top scorer in the Champions League last season, scored goals. He's lacking confidence. He's lacking confidence. We can name all the strikers under the sun. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, who's to say that Retegui would be a success at Man United? We don't know. We don't know. We've had players who come from Serie A. You know, there's a problem with Serie A at the moment, in my opinion. But we have to be very careful. So there's why a team there's a championship side overruns us quite easy. So we are so put off the ball. We give away the ball for fun instead of creating chances for fun. Earthman, what do you think this is? And do you think it is fitness? Do you think it's a fitness issue? Do you think it's a confidence issue? What is it? I think it's multi-layered. I think there's a number of things going on with Man United at the moment. We lack confidence. I don't think we run enough. I really don't. I don't think we press enough. I don't think we're assertive with the ball. We lack confidence. And you know what? We're always indecisive when we're passing. We're not decisive with the ball. And that creates, obviously, time for players to get back in shape, etc. Licha, after seeing the Ratcliffe video, he's pretty lucky that he was not in India. Oh, yeah. Worst case, so 750 million debt only cleared if we sell 2 assets. Glazers out, new owner out. Debts, absolutely, guys, absolutely. Let me get some the player ratings for you guys, as voted on my social media platforms, guys. Thank you everyone who voted, of course, guys. I'll give you the link to vote, of course, guys. The player ratings from yesterday, guys, come in from my YouTube, my Twitter, my Instagram, and stuff like that. Onana got a 6.2, a little bit shaky. Average performance, didn't have much to do in the game. Delict did okay, 6.4 for me, 6.4, average performance, just above average performance in my opinion, but did okay, didn't put a foot wrong, to be honest with you. 6.7 for Harry Maguire. Felt he did well yesterday, Harry Maguire. I'm not going to criticize Harry Maguire. I felt he did well yesterday. I don't think he put a foot wrong yesterday. 7.4 for Martinez. I felt not only that he got the winning goal. I felt his all-round play was good, and I felt that he kept us ticking. He really did at the end of the day. Masrari got a 6.8 for me. Steady again. Good performance, in my opinion, but not the performances that he's been given before when he first signed for the club, but decent. 6.7 for Bruno Fernandes. Fairly average performance from Bruno yesterday, but you know what? Run around, done a lot of running again, and you know what? There you go. Ugarte got a 7 for me. Not the best performance, but you know what? Was good. Was good and kept it tight in that midfield, which is good, of course. Dalot, better, but I got a 6 for me. Better. It was playing in the right wing back position, played in the left wing back position. He done better yesterday. Didn't put a foot wrong though, so got a 6 for me. Ahmad gets a 6.5. Dangerous, but you know what? Not a great performance all round, if we're being honest with ourselves. Garnacho got a 7.2. Felt he was very good yesterday. Felt he ran the line very well, and he done very well yesterday. That will get unnoticed, of course. That will get unnoticed, but I felt he was absolutely brilliant yesterday. Rasmus Højlund gets a 6 for me. Graveyard shift. Nothing coming to his feet again, you know, and we can't keep criticizing one player. And I don't think we should do that at the end of the day. But those are my ratings of the first team and other people in my community. Of course, guys, the ratings of the team. Those are the ratings. The substitutes, Lenny O got a 6.8. He was good when he came on, assertive, blocked a number of through balls. He was brilliant. He's well above his years in age. Xerxes came on, average, didn't really do it. Held up the ball a couple of 6.3 for me. Toby Collier, that clearance off the line is enough to give him a 7 for me. It's enough to give him a 7 for me, absolutely. Malacia gets an average 6.3, and Manu gets an average 6.3 as well, guys. That is the ratings for the substitutes. Big shout out to Toby Collier, by the way. That clearance, a goal-saving clearance, of course, a match-saving clearance, of course. For Ruben Amorim, he gets a 7 for me. Made changes, made decisive changes. It changed the game. He won the game, and we won the game. And that is what's the most important thing. We won the game, and he made changes that changed the game, which helped the football team. So, yeah, 7 for me, absolutely. Man of the match. Drum roll, guys. The man of the match is Lisandro Martinez. Was the man of the match on 7.4. Of course, guys, we needed him. He came up trumps when we needed him, guys. Absolutely. We needed Lisandro Martinez yesterday. Big up Lisandro Martinez. He won the man of the match for me, of course, guys. Absolutely. Those are my opinions anyway. Guys, absolutely. And my community. Almac, which foreign league best translates to the EPL? Spain. Almac, Spain. Spain. Definitely Spain. It's rare a Spanish player comes over and absolutely stinks out the place. Rare. In my opinion. It's rare that happens. In law of averages, it is Spain. That is the best. Then I would say France. I think French players fit in well in England. I do. I think they do. Hey, Bayandea. He's done a good enough to outside. Yes, he has. He should be starting, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Ruben Amorim didn't start him. I didn't think he had much to do, Onana, yesterday, but, you know, I would start Bayandea against FCSB. I think Bayandea deserves to start against FCSB, in my opinion, of course. Irfan, it's multi-layer, too many project players, wrong players brought in, player FC, and a toxic environment. Amorim is changing it all that. The first spoke volumes of how Amorim is galvanizing the teams. Perfectly said, Irfan. Absolutely perfectly said. Can't say it any better. It's a multi-layered problem. You can't pin it down to one thing. You can't pin it down to Rasmus Højlund. You can't pin it down to Xerxes. You can't pin it down to one player. There is a fundamental issue at Man United, a cultural issue at Man United that runs deep. And this is what Ruben Amorim is trying to do by removing the likes of Rashford. But Rashford, he needs to get rid of the likes of Luke Shaw and Mason Mount as well. He needs to get rid of those players as well, because those players are obviously sitting on the bench doing absolutely nothing. Injured all the time. We should also realize that Amorim is not playing the same deadwood we got one, and I like that how he responded to Rashford question in the post match, saying he'd rather put Vita. And at the end of the day, people are going to cry about that comment. People are going to cry about that comment, LT. But he was 100% spot on what he said. The truth hurts. The truth hurts. They can't handle the truth. That's there. Tough luck. Leave the club. That's what I would say. Do you know what I mean? He's telling the truth. And I've heard things about Marcus Rashford that if I said on here, my goodness me, they're so deep, you wouldn't even believe it, guys. You wouldn't even believe it. First half wasn't beautiful, but you could see the coaching coming through. I agree. Having patience, build up confidence, and don't concede. Second half, Fulham were desperate. Look, people underestimate Fulham as well. I'm not going to, you know what? Yes, there was improvements in our game that needed to be done, but you're spot on, Irfan, again. The fact is that we were constructively solid. We were solid. We were in control of the game. You always felt that we were in control. And this control is starting to get better, you know, and you can see that the tactics are starting to show. The tactics are starting to show. They're starting to get better at the tactics. Things are starting to improve. Only people who don't want to look at it, who have a narrative, don't want to see that. But you know what? Because they have player FC and stuff like that. But I can see improvement. Okay, it was boring. Yes, it was boring. But you know what? When I look at the football game, overall, Man United deserve to win that game. And when we look at Fulham, right? And we look at Fulham have drawn with Arsenal 1-1. They beaten Chelsea away 2-1. Okay, they drew 2-2 with Liverpool away. All right, they beaten Brighton 3-1. They drew 1-1 with Tottenham away. So they're no mugs. They're no mugs. And you know what? We went there and won. And we nullified Fulham. I don't know how, you know what to say. It needs to improve. We know it needs to improve. We know the levels we need to go to. Myself, Irfan, know. And the people in the community, they know that we need to get to a level that we used to be. And we're nowhere near that level. We know that. There's plenty of problems in this football club at the moment, which Ruben Amram is trying to address. Ruben Amram's birthday, happy birthday, Ruben Amram, said he's 40 years old. He said, I feel like a 50-year-old since I come to Man United. I felt like a 50-year-old since I come to Man United. Mad, isn't it? LT, we should also realize that Amram is not playing the same Deadwood. Yeah, absolutely. I think I read that. Big up, of course, LT. I agree with Irfan. Absolutely agree, LT. Big up the two legends in the chat, of course. Big up Danny David. What's going on, Dave? How you doing, my friend? Good morning, afternoon, everyone. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing glory, Man United, David. Big up yourself. Hope you're good, my friend. Hope you're good. If we sign a good striker, Victor Gorges or Osman, I think Rasmus or Joshua will be sold. Probably Joshua. Probably. I don't know. I'm no mind reader, but probably it might be if we can get rid of them. I watched Onana closely. He has one bad habit, and I'm not sure why the goalkeeper coach is not picking up on it. Onana wants to buffer the ball first and then spills it. It's a bad technique. Yeah. Good point, Irfan. It basically means hit him, let it loose, and then grab it. So, yeah, he has a problem with that. And that obviously cost him dear at the weekend, didn't it? You know, it did. I just don't think he's the level that Man United require. I really think Man United need to be looking for a new goalkeeper. You know, I like Onana as a personality. I think he's a great personality and stuff like that. But I do think Man United need to be looking for a new goalkeeper, guys. Absolutely. Let me get through a couple of quotes here, guys, from obviously Licha Martinez. Licha Martinez said, I think it was lucky, but really important. It doesn't matter who scores. The most important is the 3 points. Absolutely. That was Licha Martinez who said yesterday, of course. This guy, in regards to Kobe Collier, that clearance is incredible. This guy is an example, a big example to the young generation. He works so hard and is humble. I am so happy because of this guy. He deserves all the praise. My guy, Licha Martinez, is absolutely spot on. What a clearance. On to Ruben Amram. He said, I would put Vital, 63-year-old goalkeeper coach, on the bench before a player who doesn't give the maximum. And that is on Marcus Rashford. And he is absolutely spot on, guys. I cannot argue with that at all. No chance. I'm not arguing that. I love that. I love that. In regards to Rashford, it's always the same reason. The training, the way I see a footballer should do in life, is every day, every detail, spot on. And that's it. Hit him back, Ruben Amram. Hit him back, because that is absolutely facts. He's speaking the gospel right there. Absolutely. Big up Ruben Amram, of course. The players, Amram on his birthday, the players asked for the day of tomorrow. I didn't give it. So we are training because it's my birthday, and my gift is to work with the guys who didn't play. It will be fantastic because we won. Then I will have dinner with my kids. Absolutely. Big up, Ruben. Big up. I'm trying to find the best position for him in regards to Garnacho. Today, he played a little more open, not so much inside. We need the guys 1-against-1, but I don't know what's going to happen. Telling that, very telling, of course, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. That is from Ruben Amorim yesterday. So, still up in the air. Come on, Garnacho was unbelievable yesterday. Garnacho, very good performance. Unbelievable. Toby Collier on the praise from Licha Martinez. He says, unbelievable, coming from a World Cup winner. So I couldn't ask for anyone better, really. I'm just working hard. Big up, Collier. Keep working your socks off. You will make it at this club, my man. You will make it at this football club. You just keep working hard. Ignore the noise. Ignore the external noise. And you will become that player. Absolutely. Just keep your head down and work hard. And that's what we expect of you at Man United. Big up, Collier, of course. Won us the game yesterday with that incredible clearance, of course, guys. Almac, what do you think about the young forward Porto? Sami Aguero, very promising but expensive. I mentioned him, a month ago. He's a unit. I would say that, Almac. He is a unit. He's a big lad. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. It's the Portuguese league, Porto. I mean, I'm not sure. But you know what? He's a good player. He's a good player. Premier League is just such a different animal. You can never know who's going to make it, and that I'm always like very cautious with my optimism about certain players. He's a young lad, of course, and he caused us problems early in the season, of course, when he scored a goal, didn't he, against Man United? I wouldn't say no because we need strikers, but he will be expensive, Almat. Very expensive. And he's obtaining the interest from other clubs as well. Happy birthday, Ruben Amorim. Absolutely. LT, I think that during February, we have a better performances due to the team 4 weeks to train. Absolutely. In between games because of the players he can trust at the moment. He just needs a bit more time for the system. Absolutely, LT. Spot on, bro. Spot on. Of course, whenever someone shoots at Onana, why does the ball always comes out of his gloves? Because he rebounds it. That's what he does. It's exactly what Irfan was saying. He bounds it and then he grabs it. He needs 2 touches. And great players never need 2 touches. That's goalkeepers and outfield players. I always believe that great players never need 2 touches. Absolutely not. So Casemiro Rashford is not impressing Amorim. No. There you go. I trust Amorim. Amorim, you know what? He's the sort of guy, Amorim, who plays players. He's not the sort of guy who will say, oh, you're not playing. You know what I mean? Because I want to pick my favorite. He's not that sort of guy. It comes across that he's extremely honest. It comes across that he's extremely fair as well. I trust Ruben Amorim. I really do. I trust him. And I back him all the way. Whatever his decision. Amorim keep highlighting the fact that we can't get training sessions in between games, which means they play on the second instructions. That's why we are betting the second half. Spot on, Irfan. Spot on. He tries to cushion the ball first and then the high-risk technique. It is high-risk technique, and it's cost us a lot over the last 2 years, nearly. You know what I mean? It has cost us a lot. He has conceded some ridiculous amounts of goals like that. Big at EC, how are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. How many more managers are needed to get the best out of Rashford? I think he needs time it's time to go. Absolutely, LC. He sacked more than man. I think people have got some sort of mentally short memory syndrome, recency bias. I don't know what it is, to be honest, but they seem to be backing Rashford no matter what. That guy has sacked numerous amounts of managers over the years, and at the end of the day, isn't it funny, guys? Isn't it funny that the leaks have stopped since Rashford hasn't been around? Isn't that funny? Just a fault, isn't it? It is a little bit of a fault, sinister as it may sound, but isn't that funny? Yeah. But guys, we need to move on. Ruben Amorim needs to be back. Ruben Amorim needs some players in there. They need to get a move on, Ineos. And I loved what the fan did yesterday outside the ground, Craven Cottage. I love what the fan did. I was bewildered as to Jim Ratcliffe's response. It was disgusting because he should be smarter than that. Vernon, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. What about the fans? But yeah, I mentioned that absolutely, Vernon. You know what? Absolutely brilliant from the Man United fans yesterday outside the ground. But one thing that really struck to me, Vernon, one thing that really resonated with me, His response was, Fulham charged £66 for tickets. My response to that, and he's meant to be up here smart. Fulham had 25,000-seater stadium. They have to charge more for their tickets because they don't have 77,000 like Old Trafford does. They don't make as much revenue as Manchester United. So they have to charge a little bit more for their seats. How can Sir Jim Ratcliffe sit there with a straight face and say that? Come on, mate. Come on. He's meant to be a billionaire, isn't he? He's meant to be a billionaire. But fair play to the Man United fans outside the ground, of course. Amram said, I'm 40, I'm not 40, I'm 50. Yeah. He said, since I come to Man United, he said, I'm 50. I feel 50. Yeah. Rasha got many managers fired and the club lost good players. Amram is a blessing to United, but credit should go to Ragnick for exposing the Lils. Absolutely big up Ralph Ragnick, who was hounded at this football club for speaking the truth against the Glazers. Hounded at this football club. We should have kept him. We should have kept him. Even if Erik ten Hag came in, Ragnick should have stayed to fix the issues. LT, the players are too slow in possession and too passive. Amram keeps mentioning it. That's why I think more training can improve that, because it's clear that they're too scared to break the lines and put passes. Indecisive, yeah, LT. They're indecisive. They're nervous. They're anxious. And when you're on a football pitch, when you're anxious, nervous, indecisive, you know, it's like playing with a fridge on your back. It's difficult. And, you know, these players are suffering from confidence problems. But what I would say to that, to counter this problem, of course, is that you're playing for Manchester United. You need to show yourself. You need to show up. If you're too nervous, too anxious, too indecisive, this isn't the club for you. You have to fight for this badge, this great badge that so many players of the past fought for. You're standing on the shoulders of legends, guys. Remember that. You have no reason to be scared, no reason to be anxious, no reason to be indecisive. You're playing for the greatest club in the world, guys. And that's what I would say. Pick it up, fix up, and listen. We believe in you, but you have to help us believe in you. Help us to believe in you. Help us to believe in you. Absolutely. GK, Benjamin is top-notch thing, though. Absolutely. So when we used to have leaders in every position, that the character of the players we need. Absolutely, Irfan. And this is when we go for players, we need to look at this. When we think of the lead of the past, we think of Roy Keane, captain, Beckham, captain, Scholes, captain, Pallister, captain, Bruce, captain, Vidic, captain, Ferdinand, captain, Irwin, captain, Evra, captain, Van der Sar, captain. You know, at the end of the day, you could go on and on, even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ryan Giggs, captain. We had 12, 15 captains in our squad. Nicky Butt, captain. We had 12, 15 captains in our squad. You know what I mean? Hopefully it changes very soon, guys. Thank you, everyone who's joined me this morning, guys. You absolute legends. Don't forget, I'll be live later on for Chatterbox. And, guys, please don't forget to smash a like on the video on your way in, on your way out. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. I'm on the road to 10K. Let's move it up to 10K, guys. We will get there eventually by hook or by crook. I want to thank everyone for joining me today. You're all absolute legends. Thank you. And I'll see you later. Have a fabulous day, night, morning, wherever you are, guys. Big respect to you. I salute to you, guys. Take it easy, and I shall see you later on for Chatterbox, guys. Take it easy. Up the Reds. Glory, glory, Man United. Keep it red, yeah? Peace.